Good morning and welcome to my channel. Today is a special day because me and my husband, we're going to see the location where was filmed one of my favorite TV shows. This TV show is called Misfits. I remember I was watching them in the university with my friend. Every Wednesday we came earlier to the university to watch a new episode and we couldn't wait for it. It was one of the most shocking TV shows I've been watching and I'm really a huge fan. I also remember me opening Google Maps and just walking around locations on Google Maps, and I was dreaming to finally see it alive once. After 2 years of living in London, I finally realized that this place is not far away. It's actually 1 hour from maybe Tower. If we take Tower Bridge, it's like about 1 hour away from Tower Bridge. So before we go there, I'd like to challenge your intuition. These are the options. Where do you think Misfits were filmed? Which one is correct? Put your answer in the comments. If you guessed Southmere, congratulations, you were right. To get there, you need to jump on DLR, get to Woolwich Arsenal station, then pick a bus, ride for 15 or 16 minutes, and then have a lovely 5-minute walk towards the Southmere Lake. We are here! These are these buildings that we always saw on the background in the show. I actually thought they are much higher, but it's like maybe 12 or 15 floors, so it's not skyscrapers that I thought, but they're still high. This might be a place where they were filming episodes, for example, when there was a guy who thought that the world is a game. And remember, they were running around car parks in the underground. So I think this location might be also somewhere where they were filming. So this is that lake we always saw in the show. That building is that public center where they were working. Let's go on that side, on that bank, and see how it looks like from there. I think that spot would be much more familiar.
All I got is questions. I ain't ever hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle.
They have a cafe open, so maybe we can go inside and get a coffee and maybe see something from the inside. I'm shaking, I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. Oh my god! Oh my god! This is that place. This is where that famous photo was taken. I really can't believe I'm here. This is it. How many times I've seen this place on the screen of my laptop. How many lectures and lessons were skipped just to see another episode of what was happening in here. And now I'm staying right here. Oh my god. The only way to get inside is the cafe, which is like a small area inside this center, inside this building. But a lady who is working here told that this is the public arts building actually. She wasn't also sure if you can get there just because you want, but I think if you have an appointment here or have something to do with art, you can get inside. Now everything is closed except for that cafe behind me, and we got something in there. We got coffee, we got tea, and we got burger. We found something we did not expect to see here. It's a farm. Hi guys, how are you doing? There's a tiny horse. So beautiful. Hey kitty. Oh my god, he just pushed me. No, he's not a fan of hugs. And this one has white eyelashes. So unusual. Whoa, whoa. What was that? You're quite bold, guy. Why doesn't he just jump over the fence
I don't know.
and run away?
Probably he can, but he don't want. And also it's like say that we should not feed them.
Meat. Don't feed horse with meat and caffeine. And garlic and onions, because their mouth will smell. And farmers don't like when their horses smell. It's quite a big farm, isn't it? Oh yeah, actually there are children with carrots.
And it was a girl with beige.
Ah, so she can do this, so
Yeah,
she works
yeah.
in here.
I think yeah.
There are lots of farms like this around London. For example, near Canary Wharf, Mudchut Farm, something like that. There are horses, I think. There are sheep and lots of squirrels. And it's a fun thing for children, because they can come, they can touch animals, they can feed, and animals are free to go. So because they have lots of area to escape, they don't have to communicate with people all the time. Also, I saw one in Greenwich area, one farm like this, and I think there are plenty of them in London, to be honest. And now the horses, ponies. Hello. Hello. You are very, very cute. You know that? Yes, you know. Yes, you know. Are you stuck? Oh my god, he's stuck. Are you okay? You need help? I'm not sure. Darling, you alright? He's not. Ah, he's just he's
scratching himself.
he's scratching. He's itchy. Okay, very good. Okay, people, let's talk about crime. So, for 2 years of living here, I never actually had a chance to sit down and make my own research on how safe or dangerous is London. But as we already talked about Misfits, which is directly related to the crime issues, I think it's time for me to explore this topic a little bit deeper. So for this, let's look at the statistics, and I must say the official police website, met.police.uk. It has very detailed statistics and data about the crimes. You can split them by boroughs, you can split them by time, see the average crime rate, and even see the different types of crimes. I tried to be as precise as possible in my research, but of course I can have some mistakes in my calculations and conclusions. So if you do want to make your own investigation, I recommend you to visit Met Police website or unodc.org, which I'm gonna talk about a bit later. If we look at the last year, the crime rate was about 88 per 1,000 people, which means that for a person who lives here, an average chance of becoming a victim of any type of a crime is about 8.8%. If we split all crime by type, we will see that theft and violence against the person takes the biggest part of all crimes happening in London. Violence against the person is any type of violence committed, physical violence committed against the person, with injuries, without injuries, homicides. So in 2019 there were committed 151 homicides, which means that for a Londoner becoming a victim of such offense would be 0.0070%. Chances to become a victim of violence with injury is 0.86%. To understand how big are these numbers and how dangerous is the city, I think we could compare it with other big European cities. The website of United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, this is like an international organization that regulates connections and relationships between the countries. If we look at the data they provide on their website, we will see that homicide rate in London is pretty low. It is lower than average, and for the last decade, if we take an average rate, we will see that the chances for a Londoner to become a homicide victim is 0.0016%. However, if we look at serious assault rate in different countries, we will see that England's one is pretty high. An average percentage for a person to become a victim of serious assault is 0.7%. However, I couldn't find any information of what serious assault means on their website, but I suppose it's the same as a violence against the crime. If we look at the robbery rate, the chances to become a victim in England is 0.11% for the last decade, and I think it's quite average if we compare with other countries. So now let's talk about thieves and robberies. As we saw on the graph, this takes quite big part of all crimes happening in London, and from my personal experience, that's the crime I heard of the most. So my friends have their phones, bikes and bags stolen, and I even saw once a blogger who was making like YouTube streams. He was walking with his smartphone, I think it was on the Oxford Street. He was just showing everything around him, and two guys on mopeds were passing by trying to grab his smartphone, and they didn't manage to do this, but this happens quite often on the streets of London, especially touristic and busy streets like Oxford Street, because there are lots of people, lots of shops, and everyone making selfie and stuff like that. If I had to give you any advice on how to stay safe in London, it would be the same advice as for any other big and touristic city. First of all, stay aware of your belongings, keep an eye on them, don't leave them unattended. Especially in the pubs and cafes, because sometimes Londoners love to put all their bags at some places and just go for a pint and have fun. But I think people who want to commit a crime and steal things, they are aware of this and they can easily do this. The other thing is staying extra cautious when you take off any of valuable things or cash. When you go to ATM, for example, stay aware of your surroundings and people around you, and of course be extra aware of surroundings when you walk in the night. My suggestion is something I do all the time: stay away from dark alleys and backyards, and better keep to the light crowded streets with shops and people, rather than walking in the night somewhere alone on narrow London streets. The other thing I must say that in 2019 magazine Economist made a research about crime in different big cities of the world, and they analyzed about 60 different indicators like personal security, digital security, medical security, transport security, and they gave London 15th place among 60 cities, which doesn't make London the safest city in the world, but it doesn't make it a dangerous one neither. I find London quite safe just because of the community. So I think
Londoners are very politically and socially active people, and when something horrible happens, people start to speak, people start to hold conversation, people trying to solve the problem and understand the problem. And I think that makes cities safer from day to day, from year to year, just because of how actively and socially aware are Londoners themselves. So I hope you enjoyed the video and found something useful and interesting for you. If you want to know something more about London, let me know. I'll be making more videos. So stay subscribed, put thumbs up, and see you later.